At least snitch up the guy that killed you and shot you, so he can suffer as well. The least you could do. Anyone with an intellect is gonna at least try and bring the guy down. Why? Because he just killed you. He just done something to you. The police are holding him. They're asking the guy who's just dying, tell us who just shot you. Tell us, we want him. What do you think he says? He tells the police to F off, and he dies like that. Here's an example of a Su'ul Khatimah. A trustworthy brother told me about a kid who used to love ALAN SHEARER. ALAN SHEARER waking up, ALAN SHEARER going to sleep all the time. He's speaking about ALAN SHEARER. All his walls, there's pictures of ALAN SHEARER. His bed, the duvet, has a picture of ALAN SHEARER on there. And today you have a different form of, or another football players that are in the same position maybe as ALAN SHEARER at the time, people like Ronaldo and Messi and etc. That a lot of our brothers and youth and youngsters, they really, really love and are attached to. The kid is dying. The kid is dying. The Shaykh comes to him and he says to him, just say La ilaha illallah. Say the kalima La ilaha illallah. If I was to ask every single person here today to say La ilaha illallah, no one's going to find any difficulty. We can all say it without fail. La ilaha illallah Muhammadan Rasulullah. Nobody here can't say it. Forget about what I'm saying, the ulama of the past. Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah ta'ala, he mentions in his kitab Ad-Da' wa Dawa. How some people, when it came to the time of their death, the mashayikh, the people around them are saying to them, they say La ilaha illallah, say La ilaha illallah, nothing else. Do you know what they're saying? Checkmate, rookie, na'am, some of the moves that you have on a chess game. Another one is saying tatinta, irrational singing. Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah ta'ala mentioned this 100 years ago. And we still hear it today. My mother, she said to me, that a close friend told her, a guy that really, a Muslim brother, that really, really liked the girl. He liked her very much. On his deathbed, the Shaykh comes to him and he tells him, Ya akhi, just say La ilaha illallah. He's repeating the girl's name time and time again. Bring her to me, bring her to me. Someone that used to do zina with her, illegal sexual intercourse, used to have intimacy with her in an unlawful way, very close to her. On his deathbed, people are saying to you, say La ilaha illallah, and you can't say it. An example of a Su'ul Khatimah. So you ask yourselves, brothers and sisters, do I want to die an evil death? Or do I want to die with a pen in my hand, studying for my university? And like I said, brothers, wallahi, please do not understand that I'm saying to you that university, you shouldn't study. I personally, I'm studying as well at the very moment. I just started last year, after I took a very long time out. But where's our priority? Even if we give emphasis to this, there's no problem in that. But does that mean it's going to affect our main objective that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala placed me and you upon this earth? That's a problem. Ikhwani, there's a cure for every disease. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he mentioned, مَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ دَاءً إِلَّا وَأَنزَلَ مَعَ الدَّوَاء. There's not an illness, a disease, or a sickness that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought down except that there's a cure for it. Even though some of the doctors, they might not know the... No. 10 more minutes. I haven't even started my lecture yet. I just got carried away speaking about another matter. Afwan ikhwan. What was I saying? Nah, even cancer that they have here, cancer. Even though some of the doctors, they might not have the knowledge of how to cure it, or HIV and things like that, but there's still a cure for it. And what? Sooner or later, they're going to find something for it. The point is, brothers and sisters, This dunya that we have today is a sickness. And the Prophet ﷺ told us everything in it is cursed except for a few things. And if you look at the majority of the Muslims, people are stuck up. Whether it's doing this or whether it's doing that. Everyone's just stuck up. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has become secondary. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has become secondary. The cure for this is, the sickness and thing that we have become stuck in, is the statement of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he said, "Man kanat ad-dunya hammahu, farraqa Allahu alayhi amrah, wa ja'ala faqrahu bayna 'aynayhi." Brothers and sisters, if someone wants to really become a millionaire, someone really wants to become someone that has money, someone that has wealth, and to be well off, and the dunya to be dragged to him, forget about him chasing it. As they say, get money or die trying. People are chasing the money, and they're happy to die while actually chasing the money. Study the Sharia, and you'll find many causes and means in where you can maybe get an increase in your provision and the money that you have. And here is one of them. The Prophet mentioned, whoever makes the dunya his main objective, that's when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to split his matters. He's going to make it fall apart. When you start making the dunya your main objective. وَجَعَلَ فَقْرَهُ بَيْنَ عَيْنَيْهِ, and he will make the faqr, the poverty, between his eyes. وَلَمْ يَأْتِي مِنَ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا مَا كُتِبَ لَهُ, and the only thing that will come to him is that which has been written down for him. Then the Prophet ﷺ says, وَمَنْ كَانَتِ الْآخِرَةُ نِيَّتَهُ جَمَعَ اللَّهُ لَهُ أَمْرَهُ وَمَنْ كَانَتِ الْآخِرَةَ نيته جمع الله له أمره وجعل غناه في قلبه وأتته الدنيا وهي راغمة. And whoever makes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the last day, the akhirah, his main objective, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will put richness in his heart, everything of his affairs will come together, and the dunya will become dragged to him. It'll come running after him. Forget about you running after him. Numerous examples, brothers and sisters, example after example I'll give you. We can maybe sit till tomorrow and I can tell you about all these people that I've seen in my life, of how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala replaced them with that which is better when they took some time out just to study the religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Brothers, I know a brother. He didn't have any A-levels. He went to study knowledge abroad. He didn't have no A-levels. He didn't have absolutely nothing. Na'am. He comes back. Na'am. At the same time, he's trying to teach the people, give them da'wah. And obviously, because this is something that is important, he doesn't want to leave the people. Obviously, at the same time, his parents, they want him to study. And there's a lot of brothers I've seen like that. The parents, they really want them to study. 5 minutes, huh? And inshallah we'll conclude with this and one more thing inshallah ta'ala before we move on to the next issue. Or before we conclude the lecture inshallah. Ala kulli brothers, this brother wallahi had nothing. Absolutely nothing. And before he left to go study, he had a nice job, a nice car, he had education, he was doing really well, getting A stars and A's inside his GCSEs, and mashallah they expected him to become something that was really great in the academics. He left everything behind. And you can imagine how hard that is. Yani, you're studying now, whether it's the first year, second year, third year, whether it's in college, and you want to get this all done, so you can move into the industry and start working and make money. The brother knew one hadith, and it transformed his life altogether for the better. The Prophet ﷺ said this: And brothers, I ask of you to memorize this. And not let the shaitan whisper in your ear. And to become weak when it actually comes to reality. Where the time you have to actually put Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first. إِنَّكَ لَن تَدَعَ شَيْئًا اتِّقَاءً لِلَّهِ إِلَّا أَعْطَاكَ اللَّهُ خَيْرًا مِنْهُ. You never leave something fearing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, except that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala replaces it with that which is better. You never leave something for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, except that He replaces it with that which is better. He left everything. And wallahi brothers, I see this individual has become now one of the heads when it comes to giving da'wah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed him with so much beneficial knowledge. He's benefiting so much. He has the dunya and likewise the akhirah. And as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned, وَلَا يُنَبِّئُكَ مِثْلُ خَبِيرٍ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, nobody can tell you better than Allah azza wa jal. وَعْدَ اللَّهِ لَا يُخْلِفُ اللَّهُ وَعْدَهُ. The promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He never ever fulfills His promise. مَنْ تَرَكَ شَيْئًا لِلَّهِ عَوَضَهُ اللَّهُ خَيْرًا مِنْهُ. Never does a person leave something except that Allah replaces it with that which is better. Now He has the dunya and likewise He has the akhirah. He wants to study, sah? طيب. Without him even expecting, access course comes out of nowhere. You study for 1 year, you can go into university. People, they do 2 years, 3 years. And guess what? The access course is 100% coursework. You don't do any exams. You can help each other out. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, 2 more minutes inshallah. Huh? The brother wants to get married. From what I remember, the brother, he ended up getting married through peanuts. Nothing. He needs a job. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes and brings the job to him. He's just walking in town. Walking in town. He's been looking. Just walking in town, the brother. A company comes up to him, we're willing to employ you. Just like that. What was the hadith that I mentioned before? The dunya comes to him being dragged. And last but not least, the university ends up maybe taking £7,000 of his tuition fees. The point is, brothers and sisters, wallahi, any time you give precedence to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for whatever it might be, and also by dua and other asbab that I wanted to mention inshallah ta'ala, maybe we'll do that after, Allahu a'lam, you'll find that never will Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put you at loss, and everything that you need, because you gave precedence to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's messenger, everything will become dragged to you. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us all like them, who make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's messenger before anything else, and take heed from the things that they hear. Na'am. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to benefit us from what we heard. And inshallah ta'ala, I don't know what the brother wants to do now.
I was told there's some people have some questions they wanted to ask you. I don't know, what was the plan?
We're going to have a quick Q&A now for 5 minutes. Everyone that wants to have questions. After that, we're going to pray Maghrib, inshallah. So we'll start. Sisters have the papers, so if I collect the papers of them, and then the brothers, anyone that has a question can ask directly.
And if you ask her a question, please be very specific and very short with the questions. Or people run out of time.
I didn't even do my lecture.
Inshallah, you'll come back.